Welcome back to the Brothers Workshop. As always, I'm Sean, and this is our 1966 Chevy C20. We've had a few setbacks, but she's back on the road. We're going to show you what happened and how we fixed it. Before we do, subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. If you guys remember in episode 1, we weren't able to make the car show because I ended up breaking down. Well, that's because the timing was off. And I didn't know what I was doing. And really, this is just one big learning experience for me. So we ended up figuring out what the timing was. And it was just a quick Google search, but we ended up figuring it out. Got it fixed, got it running. She was running strong. And then we found a puddle down underneath her. Couldn't figure out what the puddle was, but there's really one of two things it could be: radiator or fuel lines, and she ends up being the fuel lines. So we checked the rubber. Rubber is horrendous, completely dry rotted, needed replaced. So we replaced all of the rubber lines, we replaced the fuel filter and the fuel pump, because better safe than sorry, and she was still leaking. Ends up being the metal line coming from the tank in the cab that's behind the seat, going down through the floorboards, had corroded over time. We had ordered that part from Brothers Trucks. We ordered the 63 to 66, and unfortunately that wasn't bent properly. Well, in fact, you'll see here, I'll show you this clip, that it was actually bent and the original one was not bent. So that meant I had to bend it back by hand, and the line that ran the length of the cab here was actually too long. So that caused a problem, but it wasn't a hard fix. We ended up just kind of bending a little bit, making it fit, and she's running great.
Law came into effect in the back day in 72. So it's realized that the ambulance and building. So, 19...
Did you work with Steven from Barney and Carey? I've talked to him offline before, and he, in the 70s, was very much involved.
I know who he is.
Okay.
So we got a new fuel filter here. It's gonna be Napa Gold 3032. Looks good. It's not clear like the old one, but she'll do. New lines. Hopefully we don't have any problems. Now it's just time to go ahead and get the fuel pump fixed. Alright, so we've loosened up the fuel pump. Here she is. It's just falling apart. So but you can see how dry rotted it is. Alright guys, this is the fuel line that we're going to be replacing. All the way down here, where the line meets the floor, there's a rubber grommet. Here's your side-by-side comparison between the brand new one and the one we just removed. Brand new one. Look how badly corroded that one was. The old one. And that's why we lost all our fuel. Put a little Teflon tape on there. And we're going to reuse the rubber grommet that was originally on the truck because it's in remarkably good shape for the age of the vehicle. Okay, so this is the original. As you can see, there's no bend in the tube that goes to the fuel tank. Alright? No bend at all. Ordered the part from Brothers. Okay, the part from Brothers has a bend for some reason that takes it too far away to attach. No clue why that's there. This is the 63 to 66, so there should be no issues. Again, we are trying to figure this one out, but no luck. You guys were wondering about the bend I was talking about. Here's the old one, the new one. Turn them sideways. Now how the heck does that make any sense? And why would they bend that thing? So, this is going to be a struggle, but we're going to try to figure it out. I had to bend that by hand. Thank you, Brothers Trucks. Really not sure what was going on here, why somebody thought that they needed to be a bend there when there wasn't one originally, but we were able to get it to work. I wasn't going to go and wait around for another few weeks. It is the middle of the summer and we want to be able to drive this guy and not let it sit around in the shop all the time. So we made it work for us. So finally we ended up putting on a license plate light because it didn't have one when I bought it, and then we fixed the driver's side turn signal. There was a bad ground in that. And she's been running great, guys. In fact, we're going to take you to the car show in the next episode. We have a lot of big plans for this build. She's only part way there, so stick around If you guys like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel. We're going to be taking the bed off this winter, restoring it, putting a wood bed in there, and then eventually she's going to get her paint job. So stick around, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, keep building.